So let's get to the jealousy aspect of it. I just want to hit the super chat that popped up. So which is more important to the ladies, provider or loyalty? Would you stay with a poor provider simply because he's loyal?
If he was providing, then yeah, I would say so. I mean, when we say poor, what are we talking about here? Like 50K? Scraping
by. Like you got to turn the heat down in the wintertime because you can barely afford the bill. That's a poor provider.
I'm speaking for myself.
You're not able to take vacations.
Oh man,
that's a poor provider.
So women in this day and age can.
I'll go work for my own. Yeah, I'll work for my own vacations at that point. I'm personally a very jealous person.
So you wouldn't stay with a loyal poor provider, is what you're saying?
Sorry, say it again.
So you wouldn't stay with a loyal poor provider?
No, I would stay with I would pick the loyal guy over the rich guy any day. Absolutely. Right.
You just said that you wouldn't stay with a loyal poor provider.
No, no.
She said she would go be the one. She would go be the breadwinner, Rich.
I would be the breadwinner if that was the case.
Okay.
And then you'd leave him because you can't.
And then you would leave him because you get bored of the loser that's unable to provide. Like, why are you taking care of this guy?
Then I'll be single.
Right. That's the point that he's making here is that, you know, women don't really care that much about loyalty. Being good looking and being a provider is far more important.
Yeah, but I think there's obviously shades of difference in between the two extremes, right?
Yes, but you just confirmed the statement that you're not going to deal with a poor provider.
But she also
a poor provider is he's loyal. He comes home every day. He doesn't go out. He doesn't bang anybody else. He's home every day, every night with you. That's what he does. But the heat's down low in the wintertime. You're not eating filet mignons. You're probably eating Kraft dinner and some microwave shit.
But in the same,
you're not able to take vacations. He's a poor but loyal provider.
I understand that, but
you're going to move on from that.
With the other guy either, though, they're both terrible options as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
they're both.
You're going to move on from that guy, but you will date the guy that is disloyal but the hot dude.
No, absolutely not. I've left guys exactly like that, actually.
But you were dating them.
But until I found out that they were dealing with other women, and then I cut them out. That's exactly right.
So you chose them ahead of the guys that were poor providers.
Yeah, exactly.
That were poor, loyal providers, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think the point that Mara and I are trying to get at, that the second that a woman finds out that loyalty is not part of the equation, you immediately get XO. You're out. See you later.
Okay. This is the fundamental issue. You're going to have to pick one. This is the point.
Why do you have to pick? I don't understand. Why do you have to
think? Because the type of man that you're going to go for is going to have options with women, and more than likely, you're trying to find a guy who could sleep around, makes a bunch of money, has status, can afford vacations, can provide for you, can take care of you, and is only committing to you and only you, and doesn't go out and get any on the side when he actually can.
Exactly.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
How's that working out for you?
There are guys out there that tick off all of the boxes. That will choose monogamy, but will you act right is the question over a long-term basis. Will you be respectful? Will you be useful in his life? Yes. Will you give him the best sex he's ever had that you've never given to anybody else?
I will follow that man's frame into the end of time for all I care. Absolutely.
That's what women say, but their behavior over time whittles down very slowly, and they start to become disrespectful. They become less useful in his life. That's what ends up happening. So gals have to keep their end of the bargain up too. You want a guy to tick off all these boxes and also to choose monogamy, you better treat him fucking well, because that guy's rare.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I think it's a mutual thing.
What percentage of the male population do you think fits that category? I'm curious.
I would say
top shelf guy ticks off all the box, but just does monogamy.
Okay, so are we talking about a base, like for income? What are we talking about? At least like $70,000 to $100,000?
No, well into six figures.
Well into six figures. Okay, fine. Now, let's just say if we're talking about
you make that money, you want a guy that makes more money than you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. Right. So six figures. Yeah, I would say.
Well into six figures.
Probably 5% of men.
Probably less.
I think there's a lot of.
I think it's just a little bit different.
And then as soon as time goes on and you start to become a little bit disrespectful and you roll your eyes to him and you huff every once in a while, maybe you're not that interested in sex. Maybe the sex isn't as wild as it used to be. He's going to be like, why the fuck am I doing all this for a lower return?
Well, I mean, if that were to be the instance that happens, yeah, I can understand how a man could come to that conclusion. That's fair, but I mean, at the same time,
But
it's
this
exactly what you
mistake
said.
happens
Give
day in,
yourself
day
grace.
out with many relationships, unfortunately. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.